what's it been now, 20 months? 20 months since I've been doing the rosemary oil every day. I mean, we're past the 1.5 year point. You know, I started it on Christmas of that year. So with this being August, right? This is September, October, November, December. Okay, so we're 4 months short of it being 2 years. And here's what I'm going to tell you in this moment. I do not believe, and I've never said this until this video officially saying, I do not believe the rosemary oil is actually helping my hair. It's taken me this long. It's taken me to the 20th faithful month of using rosemary oil every day on my hair before I can finally feel in my heart it's not actually helping my hair. I feel that when you look back for the past 20 months and before I was even using the rosemary oil, I feel that ultimately what this was all about was it was about lighting and it was about length. Those two L's, lighting and length. I think back when I started this, I was shooting most of the videos outside where there was a lot more light, okay? And often I was putting more hair pomade or gel or whatever it was in my hair at the time, so mix that with the outdoors. And there was a time too I was growing my hair out from a buzz cut then, doing that. And I think that when you look at my hair and it looks the best throughout these 20 months, I think it's only because I was indoors and because my hair was longer. And I think that's why it looked like it was doing something. Now one could argue, well, how do you know that the rosemary oil didn't keep your hair from getting worse? I guess that could be argued. But as far as it definitely making my hair grow back thicker, I definitely don't believe that. If I've ever felt more that my hair is experiencing diffuse thinning, it's now. Now I know it's easy to look at this shot of me, you know, what is this, like 3 feet away, to look at this and think, well, your hair looks pretty good. I mean, let me just kind of stand right here even. This is gonna be 6 feet away. But I mean, if I were to even do this, you might think, well, yeah, your hair looks pretty decent actually, you know. But at this point in the video, I haven't pointed out, well, I'll do this, but what I haven't really pointed out, you know, is the top. I mean, for me, there is definitely a spot forming right here, just like there's one forming. This is thinning out a bit too, but I think this right there, I don't remember that being there before when I started the rosemary oil. So it's funny because at this point, it's more of just an obligation because I want to be known as the first and only man to ever faithfully try rosemary oil for a 2-year span without pushing a certain brand of rosemary oil. And that's the thing, I've used different brands the whole way through. So that way it can't be a marketing move. It can be like, okay, he tried it, let's figure this out. I wanted this whole series to end with you deciding for yourself, and you still can. 4 more months from now, at the 24-month mark, you can still be the judge, and I want you to be. But I'm telling you, I think if it was gonna be working, we would have already actually noticed it before this. And I think it just comes down to the length of my hair and the lighting. And I think I've got enough diffuse thinning for it to be noticeable at times. And I think I've still got so little hair loss that it's easy to look at my hair, comparatively speaking, when it was shooting a video outside with shorter hair and think, oh wow, it's improved. I don't think so. Length and lighting, I think, is all it ever was. I didn't feel that way this strongly until now. All those pieces hadn't come together for me yet at that point to feel that way. I could be wrong. And when we go back and look over the 2 years footage, maybe we'll see something that I'm not able to see in real time as I'm shooting these videos. But as far as me being able to say, yeah, that rosemary oil every night, faithfully using this, my hair is growing back thicker. I just don't see that there's proof of that. And I was never expecting the hairline to change, but as far as my hair being thicker, I don't see it. I've never been more convinced that the rosemary oil has ultimately done absolutely nothing for my hair. It's definitely not made it grow back in thicker. I see no Again, I can't prove that it's not keeping me from losing more hair, but we could say the same thing about my vegan lifestyle, which was 5 years ago. How can we say that when I switched over, that itself didn't retain me from losing more hair? I don't think we can know. I think the only way to really measure this is to compare and see my hair is definitely thicker, and it has nothing to do with light or length. If we can prove that through videos, then I think we can prove that maybe it possibly did work. But in my own limited perspective, living this out in real time, being the first and only man to even go 20 months into this faithfully without promoting some kind of certain brand for rosemary oil, for me, I hereby say it's done absolutely nothing. But I guess we can make our final verdict Christmas 2018, just 4 months from now. But in the meantime, be the judge.